Hi folks, I'm John Thornton here. You know, very often people mistakenly think Dr. Sarno's book, Healing Back Pain, is an instructional book on how to cure TMS. But actually it's not. The purpose of the book is to explain, promote, and defend the tension myositis syndrome diagnosis. And the book does that very well. I think it's sold over 1 million copies. It does give clues as to what to do, but it doesn't exactly explain how to do it. And that's because while Sarno was alive and practicing, he wanted people to come to New York and go to a series of instructional seminars. That was how people healed their back pain back then. But over the years since Dr. Sarno retired, there's been an informal process that's evolved around how to cure TMS. Passed around on chat rooms and support groups, I call it the old way of curing TMS. It involves a lot of thinking. Thinking about childhood trauma, and then thinking about negative emotions, and then journaling about negative thinking so that you can think more about it. And when that doesn't work, people end up in clinical therapy doing basically the same thing. Thinking about childhood trauma, and then trying to process negative emotions that cause the pain. It becomes kind of a circular firing squad of negativity, and it usually doesn't lead to a positive outcome. Now, I, on the other hand, cured myself using an entirely different approach, what I would call the new way of curing TMS. The new way is focused on taking real action in the real world. I personally focused on just 3 things: changing belief, reducing emotional tension, and increasing physicality. Now, for changing belief, I re-educated myself over a period of about 3 months that the medical community was all wrong, that they were purposely misleading patients in order to create a perpetual billing cycle. That's the hard, cold truth. Now, at the same time, I was educating myself that my correct diagnosis was TMS. It was stress and stress alone that was causing my back pain. So I was moving away from doctors and hospitals and towards a mind-body solution at the same time. Next, I focused on reducing my mental tension. What was causing my stress right now, not 40 years ago? As Sarno points out in The Divided Mind, the stress of daily life is the primary cause of TMS. I started identifying the things that were causing my back pain, and then I started changing them. I didn't just think about them. And I kept changing things in my life until the pain went away. And then finally, I became physical again. I had stopped exercising because it was just too painful, but becoming physical again was the game changer for me. In Healing Back Pain, Sarno says on page 79, the most important but most difficult thing patients must do is to resume all physical activity, including the most vigorous. You know, Dr. Sarno himself walks 6 miles per day back and forth to his office in Manhattan until he retired in his mid-80s. So the bottom line here is that the word journaling does not appear in any of Dr. Sarno's books. He believed in taking action, and so do I, because it works. If you'd like to know more about the new way for curing TMS, check out our free TMS workshop. It goes over everything you need to cure yourself permanently. It's at paincureclinic.us, and there is a link below this video. Just be ready to take action and then be ready to live a life without pain. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.